Hello and welcome back. This is Avilas from Selenium Express, and in this video we'll be implementing one of our game's feature. We're going to be restricting the users to have minimum number of tries while they're playing our game. We're going to be giving the user some certain number of trials, or they can try for a certain number of times, and if they're failed to guess the word, the game that we are building, then the game will be over. So we're going to be restricting the user trials under 5 times, right? So that's something that we're going to be implementing. We are going to implement the tries remaining feature of this particular game that we are developing. Okay, so let's just get started and let's just run our application and let's just see where we are in the last video. So I will be going to my Google Chrome and I'll be running my application. It was localhost running on the port 8080, and I think it was game home. So game-home, enter. Cool. So now you know that we are building this game and we can enter any character. And let's say I'm entering a character called A. It doesn't match. Let me check what is the word is. Right here, I think we're printing somewhere on the console. The word is mother. Let's say somebody is entering let's say O, then it's a right guess. But if somebody is entering G, it is not there. Now how many times he can try by giving the wrong attempts? Let's say if he is keep on giving words which is not matching with the original word, because we cannot allow the user to have infinity number of trials, right? So we're going to be restrict the user. So if somebody is keep on giving some wrong inputs like this, let's say after 5 or 7 or 10 trials, we're going to be saying that game is over. So initially what I'm trying to build over here, I will be giving the user 5 number of trials, and if they're giving 5 inputs and if they are not able to guess the word over here by giving the right character input, then their game is over. That's something we're going to be doing right now. So the number of trials we're going to be giving to our user is going to be 5. Okay, 5 times they can try. So how we will be implementing it? Before that, let me have some water. So first of all, I'll go to my guess the word game. I'll go to my source main Java folder, and in my main and root package, I'll be creating another package inside it. Okay, and this is going to be a utils package where I'll be creating some utility method which is going to help me to achieve this particular feature. Okay, so I'm going to be creating a game utils class inside this utils package, game utils, and here I'll be developing some utility method which is going to help me achieving this feature. Okay, so inside this game utils class, I'll be having a constant here, or maybe I'll be having a variable here. Let's say int max tries. Okay, let's say I have this variable and I want to initialize it to 5 because the user can have maximum number of trials, which is 5. Okay, so now that's the variable, and to alter this max try, let's say the user is entering any wrong input, what I'm going to be doing, I'll be having a method here called public void and a reduce try. Okay, so this reduce try method is going to do what? This is going to help me to reduce the trials if the user is giving a wrong input, right? So here I'll be just doing one thing. I'll be just doing max tries is equal to max tries minus 1. So every time the user is making a wrong or giving a wrong input, we can call this method which can reduce 1 trials from the user. Okay, maybe I can just write int over here and also can return the max tries over here. if sometime I might need that. So maybe I will be returning the max tries after reducing it by 1, right? So let's just return the integer over here. And also I'll have another method which is going to be a getter method, okay, public int, let's say get tries remaining. Okay, so get tries remaining method, this method is going to give me the tries which is going to be remaining right now. So I'll be directly returning this. So whatever the number it has in the current state, if let's say somebody called this method for twice, then this will be 3. So whenever I'll be calling this method, this will give me the max tries value, which will be 3. So initially it will be 5, but every time this reduce try method will be called, after that, if I need to check if how many trials are remaining, then I can call this getter method to have access to this particular variable. Because this is a private variable, that's why I'm giving a public method, public getter method, through what I'm exposing this particular variable, okay, which is good. So I think I'm all set right now. So what I'm going to do, let me utilize this reduce try method. So whenever somebody gives me a wrong input, I need to reduce the trials by 1. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll go to my project and let's just check how I can implement it. So I will go to my controller class and will go to my game controller. So whenever somebody is entering a character over here, okay, so that character might be wrong. It might be a wrong guess. This character might not be contained by this word. In that case, this is a wrong attempt or wrong trials or wrong tries, right? So I have to reduce the try. So whenever somebody is entering it, I think we are capturing it over here in our controller. Then we are making some guesses, right? So I think I have created a method called add guess. And inside this add guess method, we are basically checking if the guessed character, if that is inside in our randomly chosen word. And that's what we are checking over here inside the for loop, as we have discussed before. If the guessed character that we are having over here, if that is contained by the randomly chosen word, then this if clause will be executed, and we are assigning we are setting that character inside the given index wherever that character is present. We have already developed this logic, but I don't give a damn, and don't give a damn if you don't remember it right now, okay? Because I think if you are over here, you have already built this particular logic. So now what I want to do, I just want to check one thing. This add guess method, okay, is right now returning void, okay? But I want to return a boolean right now over here, okay? So that means whenever somebody is making a guess, if it is a right guess, then this method will return true. If this is a wrong guess, then this method will return false. That's the idea. So initially I'll be having a variable, let's say boolean, and let's say I'm going to be saying is guess correct, okay? And I'll be setting it to false. Somebody is calling me. Let me reject the call. Okay. Okay. So now I have this variable over here called is guess correct. And just to get rid of this error, let me just have a return statement. And I'm going to be saying is guess correct. So this is the default value of is guess correct. And that's what I'm returning over here. But let's say the guessed word or guessed character, I'm saying word, it's a guessed character because somebody is giving a character over here, one letter word, one letter from the word, okay? Well, somebody will be giving one character over here. We are checking over here if that character is present inside the randomly chosen word. If it is correct, then it will be coming into the if clause. So inside the if clause, if it is coming over here, then this is a right guess. Then I'll be just setting is guess correct to true right now, because this is a right guess, okay? So now I feel I'm setting the variable to false initially, but if it is coming into the if clause, that means it's a right guess from the end user. And in that case, I'm just setting this variable to true and returning it over here. Now I'll be utilizing this return type of add guess method. Let me go to the games controller, and here this whenever we are making a guess, whenever we are adding a guess, when by getting it from the request param, and whenever we are giving this to this method will run some logic to check whether that guess is correct, and if it is correct, then it will return true, or else it will return false. So let me handle the return type, command option B, and I will handle the return type over here, and I'm going to be saying is guess correct. So this might be true or false, okay? But if it is true, that's fine. But if it is false, that means it's a wrong guess, right? So I'll be writing a if condition over here, and I'll be saying if the guess is false, right? If the guess is false, then I have to reduce the trials, right? So I have already created a utility method called reduce try. I can call this method right now. This method is from the gameUtils class, so I have to create the object of gameUtil class in order to call that reduce try method. But I won't be creating the object by myself, right? So gameUtils, I won't be saying new game utils. I won't be doing it. Rather, I'm using Spring Framework. I will be auto-varying it instead. So I'll be writing auto-var, okay? And this won't be auto-var. I'm getting a dependency not satisfied exception over here, because the game utils is right now, the object won't be created by Spring because we don't have the annotation over here. So we have to either annotate it with a service or a component or a controller or a repository or whatever, but this is a simple class. So I'll be just writing component over here, or if you're treating it as a service class, you can write it the service over here as well. But I'll be going with that component. Now Spring will create the object of this. This will be initialized over here, and obviously all these variables should be private, okay? Let me also change the variable access modifier is private, or better, you can create a game controller and initialize the game service over there instead of writing autovar. But yeah, forget about that. If you're a beginner, that might sound confusing. We'll go with the constructor based injection while we'll be improving the code, but that's fine. We are just creating the object of game utils over here. Now that's fine. Let's just come back to our original topic. We have the game utils object right now, so we can go to the if clause that we have developed, and if the guess is wrong, then we can utilize our game utils object to call our reduce try method. So so what is that method? Reduce try, okay? Or I think reduce tries might sound better. So reduce tries or reduce try. Oh, that's fine. We're reducing one try, so let it be in the singular format, right? That's fine. So now what I'll be doing, I'm reducing one trials over here. So what I'll be doing right now, like every time this endpoints will be called, I also want to populate how many trials is remaining over here. So whatever the trials remaining, I need to populate it on the UI. But before that, let me just check whether how many trials are remaining right now and whether our logic is working fine. So maybe what I'll be doing, maybe every time this method will be called, this endpoint will be called, let me just have a print statement here. I'll be writing a sout, and I'll be saying number of tries remaining, okay, remaining, okay, and I'll be just writing what is that, game utils dot get tries remaining. Let's just check whether our logic is working fine, and whenever the guessed word which will be added by the user, if that is wrong, whether we are able to reduce the try and whether all our stops are working fine or not. Let me just do a save, and I think my application will be reloaded. Let me just go back over here, or let me just stop and start my application one more time so that I'll be getting a new word, okay? So this time the word that I found is father. Let me just check this. So let me just go to the home page right now. Okay, so this is father, F-A-T-H-E-R, but let me just try with some random character T. Okay, I think T is present. So what is the number of tries remaining? Is 5 right now, because this is a right guess. Okay, so if I'm writing F is also inside the word. So I think this is also a right guess. So I think right now also the number of tries remaining is 5. But let me have a wrong guess. Let me just write G here. I think this is not there inside the word. Now, yeah, so the guessed word is G and the number of tries remaining is 4. Let me just write K here. This is also a wrong guess. Okay, now the tries remaining is 3. If I'm writing L here, then this is 2. Okay, so it's working fine. But if I'm writing A here, which is inside the word, then this should not reduce the tries, right? So it is working good. Our logic is working good. But now what I want to do, this tries remaining, whatever the trials are remaining, that I also want to populate here on the screen. Okay, so I also want to send the data. Which data I want to send? I want to send the data. Okay, the data is like this. This is what we are printing. The same thing I want to send. I want to send to where? To the UI, so that I want to populate it over here. Okay, maybe I'll just comment this line for a moment. So what I want to do, actually, I'll go to my resources folder, application.properties here. Oh, not in the application.properties, in my templates folder, so I'll go to my resources folder, I'll go to my templates, and over here inside the game home page HTML, I just want to have another header, another S2, and I just want to align this to the right. Okay, and I'll be saying show number of tries left here. Okay, so now what I want to do a refresh. Okay, so the number of tries left here. So here I want to show how many number of trials left. So to show it over here, I need to send the data like 4 or 5 or like, you know, whatever, right? So I need to send the data, right? How I will be sending it? I'll be sending it from the controller. So what should I do? If you know, like, what should I do? Because this function, whenever I'm calling, how many trials are remaining, I have to send the data to UI. So what should I do? Without watching further, can you add a comment and just let me know what should I do right now? How can I send some data? So this will return me some data like number of tries remaining, 4 or 3 or 2 or 5. So that data I want to send it to UI, and it's very simple. I'll be sending it using a model attribute to the UI. I have already created a model object, right? I'll take this model object right now, and I'll be just doing model.add attribute. Okay, and I have to give a key value pair. So this is going to be my value, get tries remaining, and I have to give a key. So I'll just write tries left. Okay, this is the model attribute which will carry the data of this. Okay, now I have to utilize this model attribute on my UI right now. So what I'll be doing, I'll be going to my HTML. So here, show the number of tries left here. So this thing I have to replace it with my time leap stuff. So what I'll do, I'll try to display some text. If I try to display some text, I'll be using text attribute here from timeleaf, and here I can just show some text like tries left, okay, or tries remaining. Okay, and I have to say how many trials are remaining. I can say 1 or 2 or 5 or something, right? So here this is a string, and I'm concatenating that with this string. So here if I do refresh it, I think it should show me tries remaining is 1. But you know, I should not hard code it. This will be my model attribute, right? So how can I define my model attribute instead of a static text? Using this dollar symbol. This dollar means I want to show some model attribute here. And what is my attribute name? It is tries left. Copy this, go over here, paste it, and there you go. I think we are done. Let's just stop it and start it to find a new word. Okay, and now the randomly chosen word is string. So let me just do a refresh. So refresh. Oh, I think why you can see it is reducing because we are already sending a guest character A over here. So that's why the tries are reducing, but I should not send anything over here. Okay, so that parameter is gone. I want to specify it over here. G is inside that word string. So G is inside that word string. So this is the right guess. The tries remaining is not reducing. So can I write S? This is also a right guess. Can I write T? Is also a right guess. Can I write R? This is also a right guess. You can see it is not reducing, but the moment I enter some other words, let's say H, okay, so now the tries remaining is 1. If I'm writing K, now it will also reduce to 0. And if I'll write L, this is reduced again by -1. If I write again G is the right choice, but is already there. So that's why I think it is not reducing. But the moment I enter anything else, let's say F, now it is again reducing by -1. So I just want to restrict it till 0. After 0, the game will be over. I should not go to this minus value. But our logic is working fine. So if I restart my application, so you can see initially my tries remaining is 5. So the moment I am giving a wrong word, okay, so it is just reducing the tries by 1. So I think my first implementation is working fine. Now the next thing that I should be doing here, I should restrict the trial till 0, and once this is 0, from 5 to 0, once it is there with 0, then I have to stop giving them options to enter the word. So I should disable this text box, and also I should disable this submit button. I should populate something called game over, something like a pop-up over here, just to make sure that the user understand they have exceeded the number of trials and now the game is over, so they have to reload and play it again. Okay, let's just implement that feature right now. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and implement the game over feature. So whenever the tries becomes 0 here, okay, so we should say game over. Okay, now the user can keep on entering the words and keep on try if the word matches over here. So he just found a match, but already he just exceeded the number of trials, right? So it should not go to the minus digits whenever it is 0. Whenever from 0 from 5 to 0, we should give them the trials for 5 times, and after that it should be game over. We should be showing a kind of dialog box or a pop-up which will just prompt game over right here. So how we'll be implementing it? So to do that, let me just go back here. Come on, man. Let's just go back to here to our front end. So here right now, what should we do? So we have this variable called tries left, and this is right now available as a model attribute, okay, on our UI. So we are sending this model attribute over here, okay, from our controller right here. From our controller, game controller, it is right now available here on our UI. So I think the way I should be doing it, I should show some dialog box or some pop-up box. So I might use a little bit of JavaScript here. It's going to be very easy. Let's just see how we'll be achieving it. So now I'm just saying it's very easy, but I don't know what I'll be doing here. Okay, so now let's just say, okay, so let's just go ahead and write some script here. So it's going to be JavaScript. So you can just write type is equal to Java, I think text slash JavaScript. Okay, so this is something that we need to specify over here. Okay, otherwise I think we are using time leaf, so I think we can use th inline instead of the type. I can use th inline and I can just write JavaScript here. Okay, so by writing so, we are just saying that here we'll be writing some JavaScript and we'll be writing some inline stuff. I'll be telling you what do you mean by this inline thing a little bit. But yeah, so here we'll be just writing some JavaScript stuff. So what I want to do, let me just write a method or a function here. Okay, and that function I'll be calling whenever somebody will hit this button called try. So there is a submit button here called try, right? As you can see on the UI, we have this try button. So when somebody clicks on try, we need to make sure that if it is a wrong guess, then we have to reduce this trial by -1. Okay, so to achieve it, so what I'll be doing here, I'll be calling a function that I'll be developing over here. So maybe I'll be writing a function here, function. Let's say the function name will be check if game over. Okay, so we'll have some check that if the game is over, that's the logic that we'll be writing inside this function. And if the game is over, then we will be just prompting some alert box over here like this, alert. Okay, and I'm going to be saying game over. Okay, something like this, game over. Okay, this sounds good. Okay, so this is a function that we want to fire. Okay, so now I can call this function here on our submit button. So I can just write here on click. Okay, and I can call this function over here. Okay, so every time I click on this try, then this function that I'm writing over here will be called, and obviously we'll be improving the logic over here. Right now, every time I hit that try button, I think this alert box will be over here and it will be prompted on the screen. Let's just see like whether that is happening or not first of all. So can we restart our application right now? Can I just go back to IntelliJ, stop and restart our application for a minute? And I'll go back to my Google Chrome and I will go to my home page. Okay, now the try is remaining is 5. Let's say I'm giving a trial, click on try, and it's just saying game over. So now it is going to say game over every time. That's something that we do not want to do. We want to make sure the game over dialog box should be prompted here when the number of tries is 0. Okay, so that's something that we want to do. Okay, so here we want to check this alert text box should come. Okay, here this game over should come when the number of tries. Okay, let me just wrap it off like this. Okay, here we just need to check number of tries remaining. Okay, if this equals 0, then only we have to prompt this box, right? But how can we get this value right now? Okay, so to get this number of tries remaining, this variable, we have to define this variable over here. Okay, so how to define this variable right now? So to define this variable, number of tries remaining, we already have access to this number of tries remaining on our UI. We are sending a model attribute, if you do remember, called tries left from our controller that we're using over here. So I can assign this variable over here that I'm creating with this tries left. So this is something that we are sending from our controller, if you do remember, right here, tries left, which have access to the get tries remaining. Okay, and this will get you the remaining number of trials that I have access to over here. But this is not going to work. This is a model attribute, right? So I will be assigning it like this. But this will also not work because this is a JavaScript function, and to have access to any any special character like this or any special expressions like this. So what we should do, we should write two brackets like this, okay, and I should write two closing brackets like this. So this is my inline variable. This is some special variable that I'm writing. I'm trying to evaluate the value of this, so that's why I'm putting it inside the double brackets inside my script tag. So whatever the value it has right now, I think I have access to this, and whenever it is zero right now, I'll be checking it, and that time only this game over will be prompted. Let's just check whether this value is coming or not rightly. So maybe I'll be having another alert box just to check, just to print the value of number of tries remaining. So I'll be writing alert, okay, and I'll be writing let's say tries remaining, tries left, and number of tries remaining. That variable I'm printing over here just to check whether the value are coming right or not, whether this value, whether this line is getting evaluated, and whether we're getting a value over here. Let's just check that. So I am going to restart my application, okay, and I think this function will be called every time whenever I'll be hitting this try button over here. Let's just check over here right now. So I will go and enter this. Now the tries remaining is 5. I do not know what is the word here. So can I write D over here? Now it is saying tries left is 5. Okay, but D is a wrong guess, I feel. So can I do OK? You can see the tries is right now, which is getting printed over here is 4. Can I write D here, which is a wrong guess? Now the tries left is 4 here. Do OK, and it is saying tries left is 3. Can I write D here again? Now I think it reduces by 1 is 3, but now it is 2. I think I understand a problem. These numbers are not in sync. Can I write again D here? It is 2 right now, and it is 1. Can I write D here one more time? Now again, still I think I have exceeded my trials. It's already 5 times, but it is saying tries left is 1. And now here it is saying tries remaining is 0. So this is the correct value, but the prompt that I'm getting I think it is not in sync with this value. Okay, I understand the problem here. So if I write S right now, and I think the tries left is 0 right now, and I think it will prompt game over. But I think I have entered 6 wrong guesses. It's not 5 wrong guesses. If I do OK, I think it is -1 right now. So what I feel, what is happening, see guys, there is a problem here. The problem is this value and the value that I'm getting on the prompt is not matching right now, because I feel what is happening whenever I'm clicking on this box. So this is a button, right? And this is a submit button. Whenever I'm giving some value here, whenever I click on try, this value is going to the back end because the form is submitted. Now if I click on try, you can see whenever I click on try, right now the tries left here coming first, right? Now the form is not submitted, right? The form is getting submitted once I click on OK. See, now the guest character is S, the previous value. When I click on OK, now it's changed to A, right? So I think I'm getting the prompt box first, then the form is getting submitted, you see? Now if I'm writing D here, do a try, see it is not D here, the guest character over here, right? It is coming here first, the tries left, the pop-up box, and then once I click on OK, this changes to D. So I think first my script is getting executed. First my script is getting executed right here. That's why it is giving me the earlier values of tries left, and then only the form is getting submitted. The form is this, you can see this is a submit button. The form is getting submitted. It is going to this endpoint after that. And after going to this endpoint, this logics are getting executed. And then this method is getting called. Then if the trials has been reduced, this tries left will get me the updated value. So the updated value is not coming because my script is executing first. My script is executing first here. Okay, that's I do not want to do. What I want to do, once my form is submitted, let's say right now I'm giving a wrong value. Once I click over here, the form will be submitted. If the form will be submitted, then only this logic will be running. This logic will be running, right? The request will come to here, it will take the character, it will try to add a guess right here. If the guess is incorrect, then it will reduce the try, then it will update the tries over here, and then it will give this value to the UI, and then I want to evaluate that value over here. But what is happening right now? Before the form is submitted here, before I hit the submit button, this method is getting called. That's why I'm not getting the updated value. So that you can see the problem. I'll do a stop. I'll start my application one more time. Okay, I'll go to the home page again. Okay, so I can see the trials remaining 5 right now. So you can see I'm writing D here. Click on try. See, now the form is not submitted. You can see the character is not, there is no request param here. So once I click on OK, right now the tries left is 5. It should be 4 right now because it's a wrong guess. But the reason why it's coming is 5 because now the form is not submitted. Once I click on OK, then only the submit will happen. Once I click on OK, you can see the submit has happened. Then the backend logic has ran and the tries remaining is 4 right now. Okay, now if I write D again, you can see now it should be 3, but now it is giving me 4 because this is the last value which has been updated because the form has not been submitted, right? Do OK, now it is 3 right now. So this logic will not work for me. So that's why you can see I'm just instead of 5 trials, I'm giving 6 trials. You can see now the tries left is 1. It's already 0. Now the game over should have been prompted, but it is not prompting. It is prompting after the 6th attempt. So that's the problem. That's the problem. This is executing first. I do not want this to be executed first, right? So the on click is happening first, okay, before the form submit. So I should not do on click right now. I should do on submit or something, or I can do something else, right? I can do what? Okay, this function right now, I want to call after the page has been loaded. Okay, so previously what is happening? Before the page is loaded, right? Before the page is loaded only, if I click on try, the page has not been loaded, but my function call happened, right? So now what I want to do, this logic from where it is coming, this function should run after the page is loaded, because once the form is submitted, the page will be loaded, and after the form is submitted, this logic will run and this tries left value will be give me the updated value, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to the game home page right now, and right here I think I can assign this function to, if I'm not wrong, that's called windows or something. Windows or window, I think window.onload. So let me try this. So what I'm saying, after the page load only, can I just write a tab here? Okay, after the page load only, this function need to be executed. Let's just see whether that is happening or not, right? So I'll go back over here. I will restart my application right here, and now I will click on OK. I will go to the main home page. I think last time I entered A, and I think this is having A right now. Let me just give a wrong character D, and it is saying tries left is 4, which is correct. Now you can see this is in sync with this 4. Now can I write G? Now you can see the page load has happened. The G is over here. Now can I click over here? The tries remaining is 3. Can I write G again? And the tries remaining is 2. After the page load, this is the function is executing and is prompting this, and it is 2. Can I write G again? This is the tries. Now this is saying tries left is 1. K again, and I think it is 0 right now, and the game is over, and the trial remaining is 0. So this is working fine right now. After the page is load, we are having this. So now we should not give this alert box. We should not print the tries which is remaining right now. We should have only the check for the game over. And one thing I'll be doing here, I'm checking if the number of trials is 0, then the game will be over. And after the game over, I do not want somebody to enter the word, because now I can see somebody still can enter the word over here. It is not printing, it is not giving me the box right now because I have removed that other alert box that we have over here. Now what I want to do, I want to hide this text box and this button. So to do that, if I want to hide this, disable this text box and this button, then I'll go to that text box over here, and here I will give an ID. I'll just say ID is equal to, for this text box, I can, whatever the name is there, I'll just give the ID for this text box. And for this button also, I'll give an ID. I'll just say ID equal to try. Okay. Now what I'll do, once the tries remaining is 0, after the game is over, I'll just do document dot get element by ID, and I will get the element for the text box. The ID is guessed character. Put it over here, and I'm going to be saying disabled is equal to true. And I'll do the same thing for the other element that we have. So I'll say a document.get element by ID, and my submit button ID is try. I'll capture it. I'll put it over here, and I'll also disable it, and I'm still saying the disable equal to true. Let's just check right now. So I will just restart my application. Okay. I'll go to my home page right now. Okay. And now let me just enter something. Let's say D. No, the word does not have D character. Can I write D again? Now the tries remaining is 3. Let me go till 0. Okay, there. Yeah, after 0, it is just saying game is over right now. And I think right now you can see both my boxes, the text boxes and my submit buttons, both are right now disabled. So now I'm not able to enter any characters over here because the game is over right now. Now to reload the game, you have to go and restart the application, and then you can only reload the game. So if you'll come over here right now, again, I got another word right now. What is the word that we have right now? Just to have a cheat sheet, I'll go for my println, and it is mother right now. I can just write M. Okay, you can see the number of trials are not reducing, and it is saying mother. I'm just entering all the right guesses. Okay, it is working fine. Okay, this works fine right now. So this is cool. Now if I want to reload, again I have to restart my application over here, and if I will restart my application right now, I'll get a new word. Can I enter over here all the wrong guesses and everything? I think it's the right guess. Okay, this is a wrong guess, and the game is over, and now I'll not be able to enter any words. So things are working fine, and everything seems to be working fine. The tries remaining feature and the game over feature is working good. But what is the problem here that you are noticing? If you can observe well, the problem here is that after the game is over, we do not have any option to do the reload. We should have a button over here using what the reload can happen, because we cannot tell the user, go to the application wherever it is deployed, go over there and do a redeployment by yourself like this. The Spring Boot application will start again, and then come over here and go to the home page to restart the game. This is useless. You cannot tell the user to go to your production box and redeploy the application over there to have the reload feature right over here. So the user is not going to be that much technically strong, or you do not want to give your production box details to the user to have the redeployment happen. So we should give a reload button over here, which will restart your Spring Boot application, or which will do some reloading feature. Okay, so how to do that? How to develop that reload option for the user? You need to tell me that. That's going to be the next challenge. So if you want to develop it, go ahead and develop it, but I will be developing it in the next episode. So in the challenge number 6, we will be implementing the reloading feature for this game. I hope that you are excited, and I hope that you are practicing. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And this is a Sunday evening that I'm recording, and it's 8:05 right now, 8:05 p.m. So let me just go ahead and do some my other stuff. Maybe I will go and take some calls. I was completely away. I have lot of messages to reply. Lot of people sent me lot of emails and messages over the last 1 month while I was away. So I have to give all those replies, and also I want to play a little bit of carom tonight. So I'll go and have some fun. You guys also go drink coffee and have fun, implement this thing, implement the next challenge, because if you're practicing, you should not have fun. You should only have fun while coding. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Avilas signing off. Bye bye. Happy coding. Do like and do subscribe. Put a comment. Hey, I should be stop talking. Okay. Bye.